for holding this important hearing. Vehicles affect almost all Americans, and today's hearing is a way to talk about the new vehicle technology, so I'm interested in hearing from our panelists about the changes that we're seeing in the transportation sector. The U.S. auto industry has come back during the last 7 years, and it has sold a record number of vehicles last year, but there is still a lot of work to be done. American vehicles are still very dependent on oil. In fact, our transportation is responsible for 70% of U.S. petroleum usage and nearly 30% of greenhouse gas emissions. So while we have significantly reduced the use of oil in our electricity generation and home heating, we now need to sharpen our focus on the transportation sector. This is why the Department of Energy has had a long-standing relationship with the automotive industry to develop and deploy new and next-generation research. The Vehicle Technologies Office works with light-duty automobiles as well as commercial trucks to conduct research to improve fuel efficiency standards and lightweight composite batteries and materials. And I should just say, side note, lightweight composites have definitely driven great transformation in the aerospace industry and great benefits. The bipartisan energy legislation we passed out of committee last year builds on the success and part of work done by members of this committee, Senator Stabenow, Senator Alexander, and Senator Peters, not on this committee, that reauthorizes the Vehicle Technology Office at the Department of Energy and directs a new focus on technology. I'm looking forward to working with the department on these key programs and exploring the ways in which these partnerships will help make additional modes of transportation effective. As the price of gas continues to drop, in some areas even below $2, consumers are looking and returning to larger vehicles and SUVs. And according to the University of Michigan's Transportation Research Institute, the average fuel economy of all vehicles sold in the U.S. in 2015 were less fuel efficient compared to the vehicles sold in 2014. This is the first time since 2008 that the average fuel economy of cars sold has dropped. But the oil market can be volatile, and we need to remember this. And as we heard from our panel on Tuesday, there will be a correction. So increasing the fuel efficiency of U.S. vehicles is one of the biggest steps we can take to save families more money by reducing the cost and helping reduce emissions. So in addition, there are promising new technologies today in alternative fuels, advanced safety features, lightweight composites. Making the right investments can help bring these to a larger market scale. In the state of Washington, the Pacific Northwest Laboratories has partnered with the industry for decades on technologies for cleaner and more fuel-efficient vehicles. Researchers have focused on incorporating more aluminum into auto manufacturing to make lighter vehicles. Again, just to go back to aviation, huge fuel efficiency savings in aviation. The customers are very happy with those lighter weight planes and the savings that they get. So the technology from P&L is being used in vehicles on the road today, including the Cadillac STS and the Chevy Malibu Max. In addition, the Pacific Northwest Lab is working on game-changing technology using catalysts to produce fuels from plant matter that could change the future of our nation's energy economy. This is important work to help us diversify our sources of fuel and hedge against volatile energy markets for the future. But improving efficiency is also brought about by focusing on our freight network. Each year, 3 billion gallons of fuel is wasted due to congestion, and businesses across the country pay the price, which is estimated at $27 billion a year in added transportation costs. So as our export economy continues to grow and as we produce great product, we have to get them to market. So that's why particularly the super truck issue is very important. I know my colleague from Michigan is here, and she's been a leader on helping on this in order to achieve more fuel efficiency. So meanwhile, electrification of our transportation sector provides important benefits, and an electric vehicle can save a consumer up to $1,200 a year in fuel prices by and it could reduce emissions 48%. So the Department of Energy has partnered with industry to help drive down the cost of electric car batteries and improve performance. And in 2008, the average battery pack was more than $1,000 per kilowatt. Today, it's estimated to be less than $300. So this means vehicles can travel further and with better performance. But we need to continue to ensure that we're focusing on these next generation technologies. There are currently only 900 public fast charging stations and 14 hydrogen refueling stations. So that is compared to almost 170,000 gas stations across the United States of America. And so I look forward to hearing from the witnesses today how we can, continue to answer that part of this equation. And of course, self-driving cars are an important aspect of the discussion of future automobiles, and look forward to what witnesses might have to say on that. But Secretary Moniz and others have made a fine point to continue the discussion on the public-private partnerships that drive successful innovation efforts. And I know this recent mission innovation that the Secretary and others in the private sector, like Bill Gates, are pioneering, are an important aspect for us doing our job here in making sure that we continue to have next generation technology so the United States can continue to be a leader in this technology of manufacturing cars. Thank you.